Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you with our video for today. And today I've got a mixture of worm castings, rabbit manure, and char, which is about to be biochar because it's getting inoculated. You can see from where I got the fresh poop, there's rabbit hair in it. And this here is a 1-to-1-to-1 mixture. And let me get a quick smell test. Yeah, the smell's already starting to go down. It's amazing how fast the char absorbs the like just nitrogen and smell of this. I've mixed it up really good, and it's already, because when you first get rabbit manure, especially if it's mixed with urine, you know, I go and when I'm cleaning them out, you always have where they've been peeing, you know, it'll smell kind of strong, but this here, the smell is already starting to go away. I made a video back almost a year ago about rabbit poop, and just, it was amazing how much life was going on, you know, that we could see anyway. I'm sure there's tons that we can't see too, but just tons of little roly-polies and worms, and just all kinds of little bugs breaking stuff down. Now we're, you know, dead of winter right now. We're going to be coming into spring soon, so we'll be seeing more life. This here I think would make an amazing amazing worm bed. I'm going to get rid of this call here. Okay, good, we're still recording. Had a call come in the middle of the video. But this here I think would make excellent like worm bedding, especially for somebody who wanted to start a worm farm. If you just got some of this and put it in the bottom of a bucket, or your little worm farm that you get off of Amazon, and this would be an amazing start for them, because the worms will eat a lot of this char and break it down even further. I mean, you can see it's very, very small pieces. Let me see if yeah, nothing bigger than a 1/4 inch. It's all been screened through a 1/4 inch. You can use bigger char to amend your soils. The only thing is it's just not going to be as beneficial because there's not as much surface area. The smaller pieces you can break it up into, the better. But you know, it's better to have it in larger chunks than not to have it. So this is something that, I mean, it's super easy to make. If you've got rabbits, you can totally just this is all mixed, but what I'm gonna be doing from here on out is I'm gonna be putting all of my rabbit manure in my worm tubs, and I'm gonna let the worms break it down, and as I make char, I'm gonna throw char in there, and I'm gonna feed the rabbits char and the chickens and the ducks, and allow them all to just kind of process it, mix it into the soil. But this is just beautiful black potting soil. I mean, this would be amazing to start your plants in. I've got some of the finished, halfway finished rabbit poop mixed with worm castings. You know, it's been somewhat processed, but this here I'm going to be selling as a soil amendment / fertilizer at our workshop. I've got to get these up in bags to sell, but I'm kind of thinking now, I'm like, should I sell any of this? Because this stuff's really good. I'm thinking about around a lot of my trees that I'm wanting to really get going for fodder. I've got to do something with this. Just, you know, maybe put a little sprinkle around the tree as I put it in. Maybe put some in the hole, and then mulch really heavy on top of it. I think it would do amazing. But smell my hand. Yeah, it still smells a little bit like rabbit pee. So it's going to take it a while. And normally with the char, you want to let it sit 2 weeks, which is what I'm doing. I'm letting it sit for a couple weeks before I sell it, just so that way it's good and charged and, you know, ready to go. Because that's the thing, if you put just naked char on the ground, it'll rob a lot of nitrogen from the soil. You can do it, and it especially if you apply it to the top, it won't be that bad, but you know, you're gonna possibly see some negative effects. So it's best to try to mix it with compost, put it in a bucket, pee on it, you know, let it soak in your pee. I mean, there's tons of ways to get it. Basically, you just want to mix it with a real high nitrogen source and allow those little granules to absorb the absorb the nitrogen out of it, and so that way it's not robbing your soil. But anyway, I tell you what, I'll pause real quick here and we'll go look at some of the stuff that I haven't sifted yet. Okay, so here we are. We've got some of the stuff that I haven't sifted yet. You can see it's in bigger chunks, but it's still got a lot of little stuff too. I've been using this as a sifter, and it's, you know, larger granules, and I'm thinking about using all of this stuff. The thing is there's a lot of labor that goes into crushing char, and I'm not really into all the stuff that people go through to do it. I've seen some really good contraptions, like people using garbage disposals and mixing that with water, but it still looks slow and tedious. Every way that I've seen, even putting it through a wood chipper, it's just a whole nother process of, like, you know, crushing it. I think that once I get a good sifting system going, because this is not ideal, this is a little too much work, but once I get a good sifting system going and I can just sift through, get all my fines out, use that for like making my immediate mixtures and stuff, and then allowing the animals to process stuff like this. You know, give the larger chunks to my rabbits and my ducks, use it for bedding, throw it in under the rabbits just to help. That way I can kind of not clean out underneath them as often. I can just allow this to absorb a lot of the stuff and then rake it out in a mixture. It's probably what I'm gonna do starting here real soon, is let these bigger pieces work as like a bedding to absorb smells and absorb that nitrogen, and then use it as a soil amendment. Because as you put this in the dirt and allow worms and stuff to break it down, it will break down some more. But that's pretty much it on the char. It's super easy to make. I've made a video on doing it in a hole in the ground, and I've done that for a very long time. I had back years and years ago, before I even knew that you could use it like as a soil mixture and use it as you know, a soil amendment and feed it to animals and all that stuff. I had made it before in 55-gallon drums and just didn't know that it had, you know, I just thought it was, you know, charcoal. I mean, you can cook with it and stuff like that. So I've made it before, but just didn't know. And I think everybody has at one point, you know, accidentally on a campfire. But what you're doing is you're wanting to rob the oxygen from the fire, so that way you're left with all the carbon. And the soils where they found you know, where char was incorporated down in Brazil, they called it terra preta, and they had just dumped tons and tons of that with, you know, pottery shards and all kinds of waste, human waste. I'm not into doing, like, you know, the human poo in it just yet. I don't think I'm probably going to, just considering all the stuff we eat nowadays, and people, you know, on pharmaceuticals and stuff. I don't think our poo's near as safe as it used to be. But you know, just two pathogens that can get passed back and forth. But I do think that it's a great option, especially for your livestock, to use as bedding. It'll just make amazing soil. And you know, the people who made it originally, those really fertile spots down in the Amazon rainforest, they didn't go and crush all the char and you know, make all this big deal out of it. No, they just burned a ton of stuff. That oxygen got robbed. It was stored. It's been stored for like 1,000 years. So once you put this on your soil, you're getting the benefit for as long as you're going to live, and probably your great grandchildren. It's something that's, you know, pretty much a permanent solution. So gonna be making a ton of this stuff to really bring the soil life up, because that's what it's all about. It's about the life in the soil. It's about the nutrients and minerals being available to the plants, and that comes through little tiny creatures that we can't see in the ground, you know, doing their thing. So anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I made this one just a little bit longer. We're going right at about 10 minutes. And I'd put up a poll to see if, everybody enjoyed the longer or shorter videos. I'm thinking about going to maybe a 2 to 3 week, or 2 or 3 times a week on videos, and making them a little bit longer, putting a little more effort into them, and trying to make them a little more educational, because everybody voted for the most part that the videos were more educational and entertaining. So I figure that's why you're watching them, or else you wouldn't watch. So hope that it's been helpful. Gonna try to make them better. I'm hoping that this year I can have time to really focus and make the videos better. I'm not gonna go out and buy a camera or anything. I'm still gonna use my cell phone. But if there's ever any suggestions that anybody has as far as cinematography, things that I could do better, if I need to focus in closer on things, or show things for longer periods of time, or not keep on the same thing, give a variety, whatever it is. If anybody's got any suggestions, drop those down in the comment section. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you've not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. I drop a video like this as of now mostly every day. I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.